What is going on, guys? TheWaffle here, and welcome to the channel update for June of 2021. Now let's start this off by giving some shoutouts to members of the Syrup Squad who've been supporting the channel over the past month. So first up, I want to give a big thank you to our Syrup Squad Gold members this month: Aiden Welsh, Spococo Beans, The Doctor, Alice Preston, Panda Nelson, and Ryken Beetlestone. Thank you guys all very much for your extra support at the Syrup Squad Gold level. And a big thank you to all of our Syrup Squad Silver members this month: Crazy Jake Michael, Tina Rich, Alessandro Veterazzi, Metalhead Plays, The Games Master, A Mobile Ocean Games, Wolf City, The Legend 2508, Stocky K003, Raven, Jaden Noel, Cheese Cammy, and Sandra Bauer. Thank you guys all very much for your support at the Syrup Squad Silver level. And a big thank you to our Syrup Squad Bronze members: Berg the Burger, Double Striker X, No You, Nobody, Mr. Parakeet, Itabaito 13, Keith Dombrowski, Jose Tabone, Golden Tyrex, Harry Potter, Pursued Cupid 926, and Gator Gamer Minecraft. Thank you guys all very much for supporting the channel at the Syrup Squad Bronze level. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, well, what is the Syrup Squad that you're talking about? Well, the Syrup Squad is a group of people who directly support the channel, and in return, they get exclusive perks. And if you join the Syrup Squad, you can get these perks too, including a thank you / shout out in my monthly channel update videos. Your name gets credited at the end of every video for an entire month. You get an exclusive badge next to your name and comments that gets better the longer that you're a member. You get access to custom emojis you could use in comments and live chat. You can join our Syrup Squad only Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Syrup Squad about pretty much anything. You get to ask a question and get it answered in the next channel update video. You get an exclusive discount off of merch. You get to watch members only videos. And of course, you'll be directly supporting the channel, helping me be able to continue to make videos for you guys on a daily basis. So if you're not a member of the Syrup Squad and you want to become a member, simply go to my channel and click the join button. Or if you don't see a join button, you can go to the video description. There's a link down there you can click. And from there, you can join the Syrup Squad for as low as 99 cents per month or your country's equivalent currency. So if you guys enjoy the channel and want to help keep things running, consider becoming a member of the Syrup Squad to directly support the channel. Well, that's going to be it for all the Syrup Squad shoutouts for this month. Now we can move on to the Syrup Squad Q&A and answer some questions from members of the Syrup Squad. So our first question this month comes from Sfeed on our Discord server, and they ask, if you could erase one game from existence, what would it be and why? Well, I don't really have a specific game I'd like to just stop existing. But if I had the power, I'd like to see like a certain type of game go away, and more specifically a certain mobile type of game. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. You know, those like predatory mobile games that are basically gambling. Everyone knows they're gambling, and you know, they purposely make their game like super duper boring, and everything's on like a timer unless you fork over a little bit of cash, and then they have all these like flashy animations and sounds and stuff like that to get your attention, you know, just like a slot machine. And of course there are those like mystery boxes or loot boxes, prize boxes, whatever you want to call them. And you know, at least with a slot machine, you can win a few quarters after a while, right? But with these types of games, all you're really doing is just paying hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars just for a tiny sliver of a chance to win like a certain character or like a skin or just to play more, right? So you know, I just think that's like the scummiest thing in the world, and I'd love if that just went away. But you know, I don't mind if games just let you buy a character or a skin that you really want. You know, just pay like $5-10, boom, there you go, you get your character, you get your skin or whatever. But I just have a problem whenever they hide behind like literal gambling mechanics, like those loot boxes, and take advantage of people and prey on people's impulses. You know, that's just not right. And our next question comes from the main bot himself on our Discord server, and they ask, if you could add one feature to ARK, what would it be, and what's your reason for that? Well, I don't know if it's a feature, but I'd like if ARK just kind of overhauled the whole storyline thing that they've got going on, like just in the background basically. I'd like if they were a little bit more upfront about it and a little bit more organized about it, especially going back to the very beginning with like the regular ARK on the island and all that kind of stuff, and then Scorched Earth and all that. They kind of picked it up a little bit these past few years with like Aberration, Extinction, and even more with Genesis, and apparently even more with Genesis Part 2. But I'd like a full-on overhaul where they just tell the story from start to end and let you experience it, rather than just dumping you into a world and hoping you come across a bunch of explorer notes around the world and slowly piece together a story yourself and try and figure it out that way. I just don't like the way that they did it like that. So, you know, it just seems like a little bit of an afterthought, really, that they're trying to retroactively fix, which is a good thing, but, you know, it'd be better if they just redid it starting from the very beginning this way, right? I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks this about ARKs and its storyline. And our next question comes from Preston Spam 47, version 6.9 on our Discord server, and they ask, if YouTube deleted your subs again, would you still do YouTube or quit? Well, I don't even really want to think about something like that happening again, but you know, if it did happen, I'd probably just wait it out and see how the channel did in terms of views before making a decision to continue or to quit. Just like I said last month when someone asked about like my sub count and stuff. You know, the sub number itself isn't really the biggest deal in the universe. I'm more focused on like the actual view count than the subscriber count. But of course, subscribers translate into views. So, you know, it's not like I don't care about subscribers at all. And of course, if I lost all my subscribers, I'd obviously lose some views. But, you know, most of my channel's views come from my almost 6,000 videos that I've uploaded over the past 11 years. Not really my new uploads. So, you know, a subscriber count wouldn't really affect those views. They'd only really affect new upload views. So, you know, if I'm losing all my subs again and it didn't really affect all my views, I'd probably continue. But honestly, I'd be feeling another big punch in the gut from what just happened. And if I'm still able to keep a roof over my head and food on the table, you know, sustaining the same views, then hey, why not continue? But if it drastically affected my views, you know, I'd probably just say, hey, that's it. And just move on, try and get something a little bit more stable and won't just end overnight like that, right? And if that happened, I'd definitely just leave my channel up as an archive. You know, I said in a previous channel update and also my 100,000 subscriber silver play button video that I almost quit before. You know, the first time it happened was back in 2014 and I was like 19 or 20 at the time and I'm 26 now, and I wouldn't really want to try and start over from scratch a third time. Because honestly, I don't really think I have it in me to start over from scratch a third time. So, you know, if something like that happened, I'd probably just wait it out and see how things were going views-wise before making a drastic decision like that again. And let's just hope something like that doesn't happen. And our next question, kind of related to the last question. I think they saw the last question and kind of wanted to elaborate on it. But the next question comes from Wolf City on our Discord server, and they asked, if you ever quit YouTube, are you going to give your account to someone or just leave it up or something else? No, I don't know why I'd give my channel away. I just keep it up and let people continue watching the videos, and the only thing that changes is I just won't be posting anymore. Especially because there are just so many videos, so many series, and they all still get millions of views a month. It just wouldn't really make sense to just randomly give this channel away to someone, especially because it's my channel, it's not anyone else's. No one else built up the channel over 11 years. It was me, not them. So why should someone else get my channel? You know, I do know some YouTubers, you know, if they quit or they just go away and, you know, give up on YouTube, whatever they do, they might sell their channel to like a company for some reason. And that reason is usually because companies pay good money for channels that have a lot of subscribers. So, you know, they'll sell their channel and, you know, get a good amount of money. But I just wouldn't do that with my channel. That's not something I do. I would never sell my channel. I don't even do any sponsorships or anything like that on my channel. I'd rather just keep it up, let everyone still watch all the old videos and not like taint the channel's reputation by selling it to some shady company or someone else who just is just after my subscriber count. Like I don't, that's just not something I do. I'm not starting any drama here with anyone who has sold their channel, but you know, that's just not something I would do. So no, if I ever did quit YouTube or just stop posting or whatever, I'd just leave my channel up and let people continue watching, you know, all the stuff, all the videos, however long YouTube will still be around at the time, right? So hopefully that answers your question. And our next question comes from Cheese on our Discord server, and they asked, do you plan on more cooking vids like breakfast foods? I think they're asking if I'm going to make more cooking videos like that how to make a pancake video that I made back in April. And if you guys don't remember, I switched my channel into a cooking channel like on April 1st, just to try it out. And I really liked it. I made pancakes. I showed you guys how to make pancakes using that new like YouTube Shorts feature that's kind of like YouTube's version of TikTok. And I made pancakes, and it was honestly my biggest passion in the world, so it felt really good making that video. But after making that video, I got burnt out on making cooking videos, so I returned to video game Let's Plays. And maybe I'll make more random cooking videos like that in the future if people want to see me do stuff like that again. And if people want to see it, then hey, maybe next April I'll do another cooking video. And our next question comes from the doctor on our Discord server, and they asked, since YouTube is your career choice, that one motivating factor alone makes uploading new videos a no-brainer. However, what tips would you give to someone stepping onto the platform about consistency, content genre, and even the right mindset when growing their own channel? Well, I'm pretty sure I've answered this before, but I guess I'll answer it again. The biggest thing that I tell people who are thinking about starting their own channel is to just let it be a hobby to you. Let it be something that you do in your free time for fun, or to experiment around with, or to learn something new. Just like I said, remember to have fun with what you're doing. That way, if it doesn't work out, you won't think you wasted your time, and at least in the end, you enjoyed it, right? So, don't start YouTube with the goal of, doing it as a job or trying to do it as a living. Just let it be a hobby at first. And then, hey, later on, if your channel ends up a little bit more successful, then feel free to treat it a little bit more seriously, like a job. But when you're just starting out, do not go into it treating it like a job. In terms of consistency, I highly recommend having an upload schedule. It doesn't have to be like a daily upload thing. At least think about uploading like once a month, or once every 2 weeks, once a week. Even if you want to be a little bit more frequent, you could be like, okay, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that. It just depends on what content you're producing. Video game stuff, obviously, you can produce that a little bit more frequently than someone producing like educational content or documentary video essay type stuff, right? But as long as there is something to keep you on track with your uploads and a little bit more consistent, also gives your viewers an idea of when to expect a new video from you. And of course, having a schedule gives you a deadline, something to work towards, and to help you form a habit and get in the rhythm of it. And you'll find it gets easier to be more consistent with your uploads if you stick to your schedule. But if you don't have a schedule, it's very easy to just kick the can down the road and procrastinate, and it'll just compound, and then you'll keep putting it off until eventually you just never come back to uploading, because there's like a stigma about explaining what happened and why you haven't been uploading. In terms of genre, just stick to something that you like, stick to something you're passionate about. Don't try to force anything. If you don't like what you're doing, hey, don't be afraid to try something new and see if you like that better. Even if you're, the same genre, don't be afraid to pivot slightly to one area or another area. Like if you're doing makeup videos, don't feel afraid to pivot over to like hairstyle videos, right? Always give yourself a little bit of wiggle room, because you don't want to back yourself into a corner, because that's a really easy way to get burnt out on your content. And when you're first growing your channel, don't get disheartened by not seeing immediate results. There's so many people out there uploading videos, small channels, large channels, medium channels, everything in between. It can be very hard to compete and get noticed, especially when you're starting from zero and you have like no momentum behind you. So, if you've been doing YouTube for a little while and you're not seeing any traction with your channel, you don't be afraid to say, hey, this isn't for me, and move on. And, if you took my advice from earlier on and you treated it like a hobby, then hey, at least the time you spent on YouTube wasn't wasted, because at the end of the day, you still had fun with it, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully that helps anyone out there who might be in this situation, thinking about doing YouTube. Hopefully it helps you out. And hopefully I didn't push anyone away from wanting to do it. But, if you're thinking about doing YouTube, I want you to get into it with the right mindset and not the wrong one. So hopefully you guys learned something there. And that's going to be it for all the Syrup Squad Q&A for this month. Now we can move on to the channel updates. Now, there's not really any channel updates besides the schedule update for this month, so I'll just let you guys know about the schedule. And the upload schedule right now looks like this. So basically, the only changes you can see on the upload schedule right now are ARK Valguero is now going to become ARK Genesis Part 2 on the upload schedule, and something else that I'm thinking about doing, which I'll get into here in just a bit in the series updates section, is that I'm thinking about replacing Cyberpunk 2077 with Stardew Valley here in a couple weeks. And of course, I'll be talking a little bit more in depth about that in the next section as well, so stay tuned for that if you guys are into Cyberpunk, or if you guys are interested in Stardew Valley, because I really want to hear you guys' feedback about this. But this is what the upload schedule looks like right now, and this is what the upload schedule might look like in a few weeks if I go ahead with that Cyberpunk and Stardew Valley idea. So just letting you guys know what the upload schedule looks like for right now, and if I do go ahead with replacing Cyberpunk with Stardew Valley, I'll be sure to let you guys know about it on my community tab, so definitely stay tuned for that. And that's going to be it for all the channel updates and schedule updates for this month. Now we can move on to the series updates. So first up, you guys might have already seen it, we have officially ended ARK Valguero. We beat all the bosses, we beat all the modded bosses of Primal Fear, and we went around and explored a lot of the map, and now we're going to be exploring ARK Genesis Part 2. Finally greenlighting the series about 3 weeks, actually almost a month after it came out, so not too long, I guess. But now we're finally going to be starting up ARK Genesis Part 2, going to be seeing what it's all about. I know in the pilot episode, I didn't have enough time to go ahead and try out one of those missions, so I definitely want to go see how different that is from ARK Genesis Part 1. Hopefully it's different enough to keep me interested in it, right? But that's going to be for tomorrow when we officially start up ARK Genesis Part 2. And when I do start up ARK Genesis Part 2, I know in the pilot episode I had 0 mods installed, it was completely vanilla, but we're going to be actually installing a few mods for ARK Genesis Part 2. Very minimal mods, no huge overhaul mods like Primal Fear or Pugnacia or Unlike Genesis Reborn or anything like that. We're just going to be doing some smaller mods for ARK Genesis Part 2. That way I can actually experience the DLC and experience it for what it is without other things getting in the way of it, right? So some of the smaller mods I'm thinking about installing are superstructures, maybe automated ARK, and the backpack mod. You guys know that one where it like gives you extra space, extra carry weight. You can carry around more stuff. That's going to be really good, especially early on in the game. And then Ultra Stacks, that's going to be really good as well. And I'm thinking about adding even more smaller mods in the future as well. I'm very open to that. So if you guys have any suggestions for smaller mods we could install for ARK Genesis Part 2, feel free to let me know in the comments down below, or wait until tomorrow's episode to come out. You guys can suggest some smaller mods in that video's comments as well, because I'm very open to adding more smaller mods, especially new ones that I haven't tried out yet, to try and just experience them and hopefully not really get in the way of ARK Genesis Part 2. That's why I'm saying smaller mods. I don't want to have anything that really changes the game too much. So if you guys have any ideas for mods, smaller mods that I can install for ARK Genesis Part 2, hey, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And next up for series updates, I'm thinking about replacing Cyberpunk 2077 with Stardew Valley on the upload schedule. And you guys might have already seen my community post about this, where I was asking you guys, okay, Cyberpunk is getting kind of stale with me doing all these side quests and stuff like that, because right now, if I wanted to actually beat Cyberpunk, that would mean, missing out on all the side quests we haven't finished. So, there's a little bit of a point of no return there. If I go ahead and beat Cyberpunk, I can't go back and, do all the side quests anymore. So that's why I'm doing all these side quests before we actually beat Cyberpunk, just so I don't miss out on them. But as a result of that, it's getting kind of stale for me. I'm starting to lose a little bit of interest. There's just so many side quests I want to do, but there's just an overwhelming amount of side quests. So if I did all the side quests, who knows? I'd probably still be playing Cyberpunk 2077 in like October or something like that. Who knows? So what I'm thinking about doing, especially because it just turned to summer about a week ago, I'm thinking about replacing Cyberpunk 2077 on the upload schedule with Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley got second place on the pilot episode poll that I did a few weeks ago. I asked you guys, hey, which one of these do you guys want me to actually turn into a full series here on the channel? Of course, ARK Genesis Part 2 won first place, but second place was Stardew Valley. So that's why I'm feeling like, what? If I do remove Cyberpunk 2077 off the upload schedule, it only makes sense to replace it with what got second place on that poll, which was Stardew Valley. And the timing of it couldn't be any better. Stardew Valley being like a farming type game and it turning to summertime right now, it just makes sense, right? And that's what I asked you guys on my community tab the other day. I did a poll asking you guys what you guys thought about me making this change of replacing Cyberpunk with Stardew Valley, and 88% of you guys said to replace Cyberpunk with Stardew Valley, and 12% of you guys said to keep it on the upload schedule. So, that's an overwhelming majority of you guys who said, yeah, you should definitely start up Stardew Valley and move Cyberpunk 2077 to the weekends, to a bonus video slot, which is actually a lot more likely nowadays. Like I said earlier, now that I'm not doing ARK Valguero anymore, and now that I finally don't have to do a bunch of off-camera grinding for that series anymore, I'll finally have some time to do those bonus episodes on the weekends, which means if I do end up playing Stardew Valley as a full series replacing Cyberpunk on the upload schedule, then that means Cyberpunk 2077 will become one of those bonus series on the weekends, which I'll play if I have extra time to play it, which, like I said, now that we don't have any more ARK Valguero grinding to do in the background, I'll finally actually have some time to do it. So I feel like this is a good change we could do, especially right now, to kind of spice up the upload schedule, get some new stuff to play, while still being able to finish up some of the older stuff like Cyberpunk. And how long am I going to be doing this for? I want to finish up the main side quests. You know, the side quests like the one where you box people. We only have like 1 or 2 more boxing matches we need to do before we finish up those. The other side quests where you find all the cyber psychos. I think we're 5 or 6 out of 17 on that one, so we're about a third of the way through for that mission. And then the side quest with Johnny Silverhand and his band reunion for Samurai, that's going to be one I want to finish up as well. And whatever Judy's up to, I don't know what she's up to. She said she'll call me or something like that. Once we finish up that mission, that's going to be another one I want to finish up before doing the main storyline mission and ending off the series. So if I did continue to play Cyberpunk on the weekends and finish up these side quests, hopefully I'll be able to actually finish them up and beat Cyberpunk by the end of summertime. So that's what I'm thinking about doing with Cyberpunk 2077 and Stardew Valley. You know, I hope those of you who have been watching Cyberpunk, you know, I hope you guys understand why I'm thinking about doing this and aren't too upset. But right now, nothing's set in stone. This isn't like an official decision just yet. That's why I did that poll, and that's why I'm mentioning it right now, is because I want to hear you guys' feedback. So be sure to let me know in the comments down below anything you guys are thinking about me potentially replacing Cyberpunk 2077 with Stardew Valley on the upload schedule and moving it to the weekends as like a bonus episode for whenever I have extra time. Please let me know what you guys are thinking about that in the comments down below, because, you know, it's not set in stone, like I said, and I probably won't make this change happen until like maybe a week or 2 from now. So I'll be going through you guys' comments from now until like a week or so from now, and that'll help me determine whether or not I'll actually go through with replacing Cyberpunk with Stardew Valley on the upload schedule. So please let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. And that's going to be it for all the series updates for this month. Now we can move on to the future series. So with me greenlighting ARK Genesis Part 2 and potentially greenlighting Stardew Valley, that means there's 2 brand new series that we're starting here on the channel very, very soon. And if you look at my upload schedule, that means that we're going to be playing Subnautica Below Zero, which we started about a month ago, ARK Genesis Part 2, which we're going to be starting tomorrow, and Stardew Valley, which we're probably going to start in a couple weeks. And those are all basically brand new series, except for Subnautica, which started about a month ago. So that means we're probably not going to be starting any new series here on the channel for quite a while. So I don't know about these pilot episodes, if I'm going to be doing any in the near future, but I will bring up a few that I'm thinking about doing in the next few months, as well as the next like year or so as well. So if you guys don't know, the last few months I've been talking about this game, Monster Harvest. It's supposed to be like Stardew Valley and like Pokemon like combined. It got delayed again. It's in August 2021. I don't even think it'd give you a straight up date anymore. It just says August. So I don't know if I should continue talking about this game or just like stop talking about it and just wait for it to actually come out. I don't know. But it got delayed again, so maybe in August we'll do a pilot episode for it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And then, if you guys saw a few weeks ago at like E3 or something like that, Jurassic World Evolution 2 got announced. And that's not like, oh man, it's coming out like next year or something like that. No, they say it's coming out in 2021. And well, we're halfway through 2021 right now, so hey, it's probably going to come out in like the next few months. There's no like official date right now. All it says is 2021. So that's going to be really fun. If you guys don't remember, we played Jurassic World Evolution here on the channel a few years ago. I think it came out in 2018. Basically, it's like a park management type game for dinosaurs. You know, it's like a Jurassic World, Jurassic Park sort of themed park management type game. And it was really, really fun. I loved playing all the DLCs, especially the last one that they did. Like it was called like Return to Jurassic Park or something like that. It was really, really fun. I loved it. And I can only imagine how much better they're going to make it for the sequel. So I'm really looking forward to Jurassic World Evolution 2 coming out later on this year. And of course, once it comes out, we're going to be checking it out for a pilot episode, seeing what I think about it, seeing what you guys think about it, and figuring out whether or not we should turn it into a full-on series. And I kind of have this feeling that we're going to be turning it into a full series, but that's going to be for later on this year, sometime in 2021. Now, speaking of 2021, what comes after 2021? 2022, that's right. What am I, Dora the Explorer or something like that? Jeez. But in 2022, Slime Rancher 2 is supposed to come out. They had like this trailer that came out at E3 a few weeks ago, just like Jurassic World Evolution 2, and just like Jurassic World Evolution 2, all it says is just a year for the release date. It says 2022, so I don't know if it's going to be like the first half of 2022 or the second half, who knows. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But if you guys remember, whenever I played Slime Rancher earlier this year, I mentioned that I want to play a season 2 of Slime Rancher with mods. So, you know, I have a little bit of time from now until Slime Rancher 2 comes out to actually play that. So, you know, I really want to start that up sometime this year and see what you guys think about that. So look forward to a Slime Rancher modded season 2 pilot episode sometime this year, because I do want to get that started before Slime Rancher 2 comes out. And speaking of a modded season 2, you guys remember Terraria? I want to get a pilot episode of a modded Terraria season 2 out sometime this year as well. It's just that, you know, with Terraria being like basically a year-long playthrough that we did starting last year and beating earlier this year, I kind of have to plan ahead and be like, okay, that's a long series. And with it being modded, it might be even longer. So I might wait until one of these longer games that we're playing ends. So maybe after we beat Stardew Valley, or maybe after we beat Subnautica Below Zero, that's when I'll probably end up doing the pilot episode of Terraria Season 2, modded Terraria Season 2. And we're going to be checking that out and seeing what it's all about and finally getting around to playing that. So that's all I really have to say about the pilot episodes for right now. Not really going to have any pilot episodes in the near future, except for maybe Monster Harvest in about a month and a half or something like that. But, you know, in the next few months, Jurassic World Evolution 2, next year, Slime Rancher 2, and by the end of this year, I want to do some pilot episodes for Slime Rancher Season 2 with mods and Terraria Season 2 with mods. And I really want to try and get those started sometime this year. So definitely look forward to those pilot episodes in the next few months. And with that, that's going to be the channel update for June of 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you guys did, be sure to let me know by leaving a like down below. And while you're down there, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about anything and everything that I talked about in this channel update, especially with me potentially moving Cyberpunk off the upload schedule and starting Stardew Valley in its place. That's like the main thing I want to hear from you guys. So please let me know what you guys think about that idea in the comments down below. And let me know what you guys think about those pilot episodes I'm thinking about doing by the end of this year. If you guys have any small mod suggestions for ARK Genesis Part 2, be sure to let me know about that in the comments down below. And let me know what you guys are thinking about anything else I talked about in this video. But like I said, thank you guys all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys here next month with another channel update to keep you guys in the know with all the happenings here on the channel. Oh, bye there.